Hello and welcome to this podcast. Our co-hosts today are me, Joseph Alfarano, Joshua Unsay, Jaden Bradley, Roger Pagados, and Armand Budrani. This is episode 2, where today's guests are no one. We are today's guests. We're going to be talking about ourselves and our own topics. If you haven't watched last week's podcast, go right ahead. Please consider sharing our podcast with others. And for you guys on YouTube, please like and subscribe. So I'll start us off. My topic for today is going to be about the Jake Paul, Nate Robinson undercard, as well as the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. So, unless you guys don't watch YouTube or, know anything that's going on right now, Jake Paul has had a little bit of beef with Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson is a retired basketball player. He is currently 36. Jake Paul being 23. He's a YouTuber, obviously. And they're going to be on the undercard for Mike Tyson, who is coming back into the boxing business, as well as Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson is now 54. Roy Jones Jr. is 51. And they decided that they want to come back into the business. I think that they're still in shape for it. It's going to be going down September 12th. And I don't know how to feel about the Nate Robinson and Jake Paul fight. I feel like Nate Robinson made a bad decision. He thinks he's a world-class athlete and thinks that – he is, but he thinks it can just transfer to any sport. But I think Jake Paul is going to take it in the end. What do you guys think?
I don't know too much about boxing, to be honest. I saw Jake Paul versus Deji. I haven't seen too much boxing. I got Jake Paul in this one. He's young, strong.
Me too.
Jake Paul's been training for months, so.
Yeah.
I think Jake Paul also got height on Nate Robinson.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Nate Robinson is really short.
Like
not really short, but he's
5'9". He's pretty short.
He's shorter.
That's
same height as Josh.
That's like what is 4? Yeah, is that like a 4 or 5 inch difference? Like Jake has more experience, and he has a more bigger reach, so he can easily land those punches.
Yeah, Jake's been fighting since the Gibb fight, which was, I believe, in February. He's been training actually since the Deji fight. He hasn't stopped training. Nate Robinson, I don't think, has started training yet.
But he's jacked though,
He's jacked, but a lot of it is about tech. You could be strong, you could be fast, but a lot of boxing and any type of UFC or anything is mainly technique.
I think the only thing that Nate Robinson has against Jake is probably strength, because he's an NBA player and they had a lot of conditioning, so he knows how to train himself and condition himself for a fight like that.
I think he has a lot of wisdom too. He's kind of older. I'm not saying that all older people are smart and everything, but I think he has upper hand a little bit. He's been in those type of situations. Same thing as Jake Paul, but who knows? This could be just as a publicity stunt thing.
Yeah.
Like that, because nowadays you just got random celebrities and YouTubers fighting each other. For I don't know why, but it is what it is.
Well, I could see what Nate Robinson's doing, as well as Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. They're coming back into the business because they're in great shape for their age. They're both in their 50s. Nate Robinson is only 36, but he is in retirement. I could see why he could be a good matchup for Jake, but I think Jake is definitely going to outperform him. He has way more experience in this. Even though Nate Robinson can be very strong, he's pretty buff. I think that Jake is just one step ahead of him.
Yeah, he has been fighting for a few years, 2-3 years. Nate Robinson is just a basketball player. So it could end in a tie, like Logan Paul and KSI, so they can do part 2.
I think Nate Robinson is still playing now. I think he's just on a small team or something.
I've seen his workout videos and stuff, him working out on Instagram and stuff like that. He still has it in him. That's like a God-gifted talent, the way he's able to dunk and stuff at that height. So
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna help him in a fight. I don't think he's gonna jump up and try.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right. This is gonna be really self-explanatory. What do you guys think about Flight React's improvement as a basketball player?
He made cash.
I think his tendencies changed in June. Like, he doesn't shoot a lot anymore. He drives in more. He does like more post ups and all that. But I mean, if you saw like the video where the guy did his stats in June, it wasn't much better. In fact, his 3-point percentage went down actually. So, I mean, it was still fun to watch him in June, and you could definitely see improvements. But I mean, his shooting wasn't too much better, to be honest.
I think that his trainers probably showed him old videos of his 1v1s, and they probably he probably saw what he's been doing wrong, his form, his the way he dribbles and stuff. So I think overall he did definitely get better. His dribbling has gotten better. His timing, his form definitely got better. And his shot IQ got better. I think that he's been not just chucking up shots just to chuck them up and shoot. He sort of knows when and when not to shoot now. So I think he's I mean, from the stats, he didn't get too much better, like Jaden said, but I don't know. I think he's good for now.
He made a lot of money, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah,
he's very I think his catchphrase really went very big. Like a Curry man.
Yeah.
So inspirational.
Curry man.
Like a Curry man.
But his merch is fire, no cap.
FC Jaden has the new mask.
Yes, sir.
Of course, FTC.
Well, what do you guys think about March? Because he says March to December is the time.
I think he's gonna improve. June was too early for him.
When did he start saying June? Does anyone know what month he started
around
saying it?
January or February?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I think then he'll definitely have a bigger improvement.
I think June was a joke. Like, he was saying, I'm just gonna do that by June. And then he kept saying it, and people were like, okay, June flight. People started making memes about it. So then he's like, I could do something here. And then he's like, and that's when he really started to make it serious. Because I don't think he was serious from the beginning, to be honest.
He has 8 to 9 months now. So I think that he will improve, but I think there will be a bigger difference than the improvement from January to June.
Oh yeah, because he started using the trainer a week before June. So if he keeps using the trainer now, he'll be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He might be cash.
I think he should focus more on his conditioning he should still practice on his basketball skills, but conditioning is a big factor in basketball because you run a lot and you run up and down the court, but it's 1v1, but you're still running. An improvement from him and June is when his conditioning, he would usually get tired after a few minutes, but now it got a little better after an NBA trainer. So
yeah.
Okay. We good on this topic?
Yeah.
Okay, Jaden.
All right, so I did the Agent Zero and Pretty Boy Fredo feud. Pretty Boy Fredo's been getting a lot of hate from this, and this all started from Agent making a vid criticizing Fredo's apology video, because basically Fredo had an event in New York City during this pandemic, and there were a lot of people, wasn't much social distancing. Some people wore masks and all that. And Fredo actually admitted that he had COVID a month earlier or something. So, yeah. And then Fredo made a video exposing, in parentheses, Agent, based off of faceless facts and lies. He even said that Agent made death threats to his daughter, which isn't true. He also said that he made his fans send death threats to his daughter, which isn't true. So it was all hearsay from Pretty Boy Fredo. I don't know why he did this. I mean, looking for clout, pretty much. But Agent made a a pretty good video responding to Fredo, just explaining himself, and this guy explained that someone made an account based off him, and yeah, so there's no Pretty Boy Fredo didn't respond yet. It'll be interesting if he does, but yeah. And Fredo also made the video without comments on, so that's how you know, like, how you're going to make an exposing video without turning your comments on. That's kind of weird.
I think on Pretty Boy Fredo's part, I think it was a mistake for him to have that event because that would ruin like his brand and how like his representation to his younger audience. So him having that event in New York was not a good idea because of Corona, and someone could have easily attracted to other people. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't really see this beef lasting for too long, especially if he doesn't reply. Because, I mean, to be honest, it could be like some dead beef that's like like some stuff in the past. But, you know, I do agree with what you guys are saying that it really wasn't a good idea. Especially the fact that a lot of other influencers like, you know, James Charles and people like them, they've been having parties recently, which isn't a good thing, especially in LA, where the cases have been rising. So they just got to learn how to be responsible people, you know? Because this thing isn't like a joke or anything. Because like there's still no vaccine. You can't play around with this type of stuff. And they're just making things worse by
it's all for publicity.
Yeah, it's like really bad on their part because if you want sponsorships and stuff like that, who would want to sponsor you if you're like doing, you know, a wrong thing, you know?
Yeah.
So on Pretty Boy Fredo, not about the beef, but I heard he's coming back to the 2K community. He announced that he's going to come back to 2K21 and start streaming. What are you guys' thoughts about this?
I want to see that 1v1 trash talk videos, you know? Those things are hilarious. Not gonna cap. 2K16 was really funny. So, can't wait to see that.
I mean, you guys know how toxic the 2K community is and how humble Pretty Boy Fredo is. So I want to see how much he's gonna affect the 2K community.
Yeah. His girlfriend's probably gonna delete his builds again like 2 years ago.
Wait, is it like his girlfriend like on and off thing? Because I'm pretty sure like they broke up. And
then they got married and then they broke up.
Wait, is this girlfriend the one that actually like deleted? Is that the girl that deleted his 2K build prank? Those stuff and like I broke my boyfriend's PS4 and stuff like that.
Yeah, they even had kids together.
Oh really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Fredo looks like now like more like a hypebeast YouTuber. You know what I mean? Compared to like he's been doing like more prank videos, like catching a cheater. Like what the fuck is this? He went from 2K to catching cheaters. Like what?
I don't know, because Raji's afraid that it's gonna get his build deleted.
It still has millions of views, so
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
But I think that's really it for the Agent Zero Pretty Boy Fredo beef.
It's gonna die off, and
it really is.
Yeah, because I don't really see Agent Zero as I mean, I don't really see him as like a big YouTuber. Like if it was like a big YouTuber, like let's say like Jake Paul and Pretty Boy Fredo, I think he'd respond because he'd get more publicity. But it's like Agent Zero, so like.
Oh yeah, and also Pretty Boy Fredo also made his Twitter private.
Really?
So yeah, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's probably getting so much hate.
He probably doesn't want anyone snitching.
I mean, the best thing he could do is just own up to his mistakes, not just like be like a whole cat about it. Like just own up to your mistakes, and it'll all be fine. Everyone will love you again.
He just doesn't want to do that because he'll lose a lot of followers if he does. But he'll probably grow back after.
I understand like why you got mad. I mean, like imagine someone making death threats to your daughter.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he just made assumptions way too quick, though. He's like, "Oh, this guy did it," you know. Like, he didn't even get any facts. He just automatically assumed. Yeah.
All right, so my topic was about how, shoes have really came a long way. Starting back, Michael Jordan making shoes very popular back in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. And I just want to like talk about how it has a huge influence to like shoes now, because buying shoes now isn't like the same, because like finding the best shoes that you really want is like hella rare, and it's gonna cost a price.
Yeah.
All the good shoes are very pricey and
Yeah.
limited too.
Yeah. I feel like they're coming out with a lot more limited edition shoes than regular shoes in general.
I mean, they've been releasing shoes that came out before, but they're just like the Jordan Breads. They had the 2011s, and now they have the 2019 ones. But I also think of it as, shoes like really becoming a big part of the economy. You can literally sell shoes as like a job now compared to before. I wouldn't really expect someone to like, yeah, I sell shoes for a living, but now that's a really common thing, especially Mike, one of the co-hosts, Abdel. Shout outs to him. His friend actually recently started selling shoes, and he started selling shoes when he was in 8th grade, and he's still doing it now, and he's making a lot of money, and he's getting a lot of limited releases of shoes. So that's pretty crazy to think about it.
I mean, a big reason I think that shoes are like becoming more popular and like more people, like they're getting more expensive, is because back then the technology wasn't the same, so like you couldn't buy it online or like notice, like you didn't get notice like if like a new shoe was dropping, so like there wouldn't be like they didn't understand like when they're coming out, or like
It's a really good point,
as
actually.
aware.
Yeah, shoes were really popular back then, but now they're really popular. It's like everyone's like thing now. But the only thing that I know is that Jordans were. I feel like Jordans were really the only popular thing back then. Like no other shoe
Jordans
was.
are still very popular.
Yeah, but like back then, it was like the only thing that
The only shoe.
Yeah, only shoe that
like
everyone really wanted. Like no one like really wanted like Reeboks or anything like that.
I felt like Converse was like, and Vans were like a really like, famous old day shoe, but like now the Jordans are like taking over everything. And
Yeah,
like
especially like the most bum like companies back then, like Champion, Supreme and stuff like that. They're like really popular now. Because back then, what happened?
Weren't Shaq's shoes pretty popular back then because they were really cheap?
I think it's because they had like air pumps. Because like those things were cool, like Air Boost. You know what I mean? Like what's it called? Like in the commercial, like these shoes can make you fly, even though that's cap, but it helped your vertical.
But like he also only sold them for like $15-$20.
Yeah,
he never sold them for that much money.
I mean, but that's still that was like counted as expensive back then. So, yeah. But like companies like Champion and Supreme, like especially Champion, came a long way, because back then even my mom was talking about this. Like she asked me, how come everyone likes Champion now? And I was like, I don't know, it's just popping now. Because back then, like no one really wore those type of clothing, but now it's kind of like ironic how the fashion back then is like
completely different from what it is right now.
Yeah, and also like all the nerdy stuff back then is like the popular stuff now. You know what I mean? Like everyone's wearing. No, I'm not saying like nerdy stuff. Like everyone's wearing like fanny packs and stuff like that. Especially men.
You're getting more expressive. You mean?
Yeah.
Expressive, big.
Well, I mean, like
word,
I mean, like they've been a lot of people have been using more accessories, or like they've been wearing more flashy stuff than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all we have?
Nah. Okay. One last thing. So, ever since quarantine started? So, what is like one new food or one fast food place that you've like absolutely like loved now that you didn't before? Like, have you guys ever since this quarantine, have you guys been trying out like new foods, like new stuff like that?
I mean,
not really.
Me personally, I didn't like eat any new like fast food restaurants because I'm trying to be strict with my diet. So like I was just eating like home food stuff. Like it's nothing like the same.
I mean, everyone's talking. Yeah, like everyone's talking about how this quarantine thing has like kind of ruined everyone's lives. It has at the same time. I pray for all those who have passed away and stuff like that. But at the same time, you also look at the positive stuff and stuff like that. Like we're basically, well, athletes and literally everyone in the world is, although people have lost their jobs and lives and stuff like that. This is also has been a positive thing because you've been given so many months to train and like get back in shape and stuff like that. You know, people are saying that they're gaining weight and stuff like that, but this is also like a good thing to, you know, good. It's also good. Yeah, an opportunity. Like they're giving it. It's like an opportunity for us to um, try new things, spend more time with our family members and stuff like that, and as well, you know, doing good in school.
Yeah.
But you haven't really seen the results.
So. I mean, to get back onto the food topic, I would say that I've actually been eating out a lot more. I don't think I've been eating making food at my house nearly as much as I used to before quarantine. And I've been trying like new restaurants. I haven't been sticking to like the same restaurants lately.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of shoes have also been going on discount, like at stores because of COVID and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, you also have some losses, but you know, you also have to look on the positive side of this.
Yeah.
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 I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that concludes it because we're just mocking each other right now.
I just have to say one thing. Plaza Pizza, best pizza in Secaucus.
Sponsor us.
I don't care about no Tollies. Oh, bro, that's my best restaurant
Tollies.
Sponsor us, Plaza.
I don't like the Tollies that much.
Sponsor us, Plaza.
So you love it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Their food's not that good.
Bro.
Domino's is crazy.
Gotta get the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, there's definitely one Secaucus show.
No, but what's it called? Whenever I go to Target or something, I always ask my mom. I was like, "Mama, can I have help, please?" And you know what I'm saying, their breadsticks, fire, al fuego.
I haven't had food from Target in 10 years. Not actually, but like,
I remember like that pizza, you know, cost like $10 for like that for like one slice. Not one slice, but like the pizza pie was like the size of Play-Doh.
Have you guys ever went to the Pizza Hut Express in Target?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about how
it's horrible now though. They barely have anything. It's more food off the Pizza Hut menu than that's actually on it.
Yeah.
So what? It's just like
Nathan's, they have Nathan's hot dogs. They have Nathan's hot dogs. They have popcorn. They have like a whole bunch of food that you would.
Have you guys actually tried the breadsticks though? Because like their breadsticks are like really really good. Like I love their breadsticks. Really and the secret is olive oil basically.
I think I have.
Wait, are we talking about Pizza Hut or all Domino's?
Pizza Hut.
Oh no.
Because their
breadsticks
are fire.
Like, I only been there once. The pizza was good. I never tried the breadsticks.
Yo, breadsticks are nasty.
And their cookie dough. They're nasty. The cookie pie thing.
They are.
The big Hershey cookie. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yo,
I don't like chocolate, so.
We should have a challenge. Who could eat the most Popeyes biscuits without drinking water?
We should have a podcast mukbang.
Oh, let's calm down.
That would not be
700 million.
So what? We just eat on the mic?
No.
We do it in person. Yeah. Do it in person.
Yeah. You know, FaceTime each other on Zoom.
I don't know. Comment if you guys want to see that. You already know.
They can definitely comment on Spotify.
Likes. Yes, sir.
It's not on YouTube.
Comment on Spotify.
You act like everyone watches on YouTube.
Please.
If this video gets 100 views, we're gonna do a mukbang. No cap.
All right, let's calm down a little bit.
If this gets 50 likes, Roger will ask out his crush.
Cap.
Do you accept that challenge?
I accept the challenge, but I know it's not gonna happen. So I will.
Oh wow, nice confidence.
Roger will do it anyway. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching this episode. If you're on YouTube,
thank you.
Please consider subscribing, giving a like and a comment. And if you're on Spotify and any other platform, we're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify now, by the way. I forgot to mention this. So if you want to listen on there, go right ahead, read this podcast. Share this with your friends if you guys think you enjoyed it. And yeah.